Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to What's on Tap podcast. We are here to drink some beer.
Yes, but not tap beer.
Not tap beer. Sadly, no. We need to go out again.
I've come to your new place,
yes.
And I've asked, hey, what's on tap? And you answered, there's nothing on tap, Martin. You know this.
You know, I haven't put in the keg lines yet.
Very disappointed.
Me too. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have to make that. Maybe I could put in the keg lines.
You should.
But then I got to buy a keg. I think I could just buy one from Marcus.
Yeah, that would be You wish.
You probably just give him some money and like brew me a keg or something, and then put it on tap here.
Exactly.
That'd be nice.
Instead, we have two beers from Systembolaget. Both are Belgian style beers, but only one is actually from Belgium.
Yes.
And we'll start with the Swedish one.
And there's a. Are they? So they're both Belgian style. They're both not dark strong.
No.
This is the first one. Is a what?
The official style is just they've marked it as Belgian triple. It could be,
okay.
but on the side. So the beer is from the Swedish brewery Barlingbo Bryggeri. Mm-hmm. They are from the island of Gotland, which is the island that is always under threat of Russian invasion because it has military possibilities. The beer is called Solberga VIII. Solberga Monastery, founded in 1246, is the only known nunnery that's been formed on Gotland Island. How and when they stopped is unknown. The ruins of the monastery are a stone's throw from our brewery. With that history in mind, we created a series of Belgian-inspired monastery beers. 8 is a light, rich beer with tastes of dried fruits and spices.
All right.
That's not necessarily a triple, but
what's the ABV?
8% ABV.
All right, I think that falls into the triple range, doesn't it?
It could.
Okay. Yeah. We're not Belgian beer enthusiasts, so.
And Barlingbo, unfortunately, is not a favorite brewery. It smells kind of yeasty.
There is a yeastiness to it. Not a Belgian yeasty, just a yeastiness to it.
Not fully fermented.
Yeah, there's some
sweet, cloying.
My first smell I thought was this smells like a funky lager. The first time I smelled it, I was like, I'm not looking forward to this one.
Ooh, funky lager.
But like a yeasty lager kind of is what my first thoughts. But now that I'm smelling it more, I'm getting more notes to it.
Let's try it.
But hold on one second. I just want to see if we get any kind of. It does not agitate very well. It didn't pour very. It didn't. The carbonation was pretty light when you poured it as well. So, all right, let's just see what happens here.
Cheers. Yeah.
All right. I don't hate it.
The flavor is slightly better than the aroma.
Yeah. There's definitely some esters to it.
Yep.
There is a little bit of alcohol notes. There's something going on.
Hints of dried fruit, but when they mention it on the label, they need to deliver, and they don't. Spices, yeah.
I will say they really nailed the light part. Because it's light. It's light on flavor. It's light on color. It's light on aroma.
The word they're using in Swedish does not correlate to light in flavor or in weight. It is light in color only.
I assume that's what they meant,
yes.
Light in color. But really, it's the way you would describe this entire beer.
Yeah.
It falls into the. It is drinkable. Yeah. I don't hate it, but this beer gives you literally nothing.
Yeah.
It is light in flavor. It's light in depth. It's light in carbonation. It's light in everything about this beer. But it is drinkable. It is passable. So it's higher than 3 for me. Because I don't hate it. I could drink this and not like it's not a drain pour for me. I could easily drink this and still feel like, well, it's slight, but it's still okay-ish.
Exactly. It'll get 1 plus point for hiding its alcohol pretty well. There are some alcohol notes, but not.
I mean, it's 8%. I don't know that there's much there to hide.
Maximum 3 for me. Maximum.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is a very just straight down the barrel, middle of the road. It's passable, but it's just scraping the.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on the Olympics when that guy did the high jump and his dong caught on the bar and he got disqualified. It's kind of like that.
But he got famous for it. Barlingbo will not get famous for it.
No, they will not. Apparently got offered a porn contract.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, threes on both of these for us.
Let me... Barlingbo. I've had 33 beers from Barlingbo.
Wow. So how many beers have they made?
I don't know. I'm in my own...
your own little world.
No,
your own little sphere.
The highest I ever gave a beer from Barlingbo was 375, and that was to a Imperial Stout, clocking in at 10% ABV. Then it's a bunch of 3.5s.
Hey, 3.5 is nothing to sneeze at. That's not bad.
And then there are a lot of 2s and 1s.
I would say it's like, I think if you're hitting a brewery and you're getting a lot of 3.5s, that's not bad these days. I mean, I would consider that's kind of okay for most of your smaller breweries in any country. They all can't be like the top tiers.
No.
But if you're going in and you're like only hitting like 2s, maybe it's time to rethink your life choices as a brewery.
When I go into the brewery on Untapped in the app, that I'm pretty certain that discounts no longer in production beers. It says 148 different beers.
Oh, wow.
Let's sort them by global rating high to low. Their highest has a average of 4, but it only has 22 ratings. It's a sour ale mango passion. Ugh. And then their second highest has a 3.74 global average. Okay. Unfortunately. This one is a weak 3.
Yeah.
No more.
Definitely. Just barely clearing the bar there.
Exactly.
All right. So the next one is?
The next one is the Belgian brewery. Now I'm really hoping that they're Belgian and not kind of Dutch.
It's the Ranke.
No, they're definitely Belgian.
All right.
It is brewery, brasserie De Ranke, and they make a lot of sour ales. But this is Noir de Dottignies, a strong dark ale, 8.5% ABV, and no description other than like the Flemish or whatever. Gebroven and gebottled. Yeah, it's brewed and bottled.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Perfect.
I am only 90% certain that this is the 2024 edition. It could be the 2023 that's just been sitting around.
Well, it's batch 48. It expires in 2029, and it has MEI 24. So we're going to assume it's 24.
MEI. What? I have no idea what that means. But MEI 24 could potentially.
So it's B48, T16, and MEI 24.
Yeah. So if it's then it would have a 5-year expiration date. That makes sense. Yeah. I think we can be pretty certain that it's the 2024.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And this is a Belgian dark ale?
Yeah.
Or what is it called? Yeah. Yeah, it's dark. It's looks like a Schwarzbier, maybe? Basically.
Belgian strong dark ale,
yeah. It's got a bit of a Belgian yeasty notes to it in the nose, but not a lot of aromas coming off of this thing.
This smells so typically Belgian and dark.
Yeah. And really good carbonation, like you experience with Belgian dark ales or Belgian ales. When you start agitating them, they just foam right up, and that's kind of one of the things that I really enjoy about Belgian ales is the lacing on the glass and the carbonation levels on them.
How easy it is to agitate the foam.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Right, cheers. There's some nice roasted malt notes in there.
Yeah,
Didn't expect that.
It has darker flavors, like almost going towards porter than I would expect from a dark Belgian strong ale. That's quite nice.
So one of the things I always look for when I try a Belgian ale is when you agitate in your mouth, does it basically just convert to bubbles immediately? Like, does it go from liquid to gas as you agitate it? Like, I really like that in a Belgian ale. It's kind of, for me, shows a sign of quality and a sign of what you're looking for in the way that the beer transforms in your mouth. And then you combine that with this richness of the kind of more of the porter-esque flavors, and you get kind of this light licorice, kind of bitter chocolate notes in there.
Yep, I totally get those.
This is a fun beer.
So complexity-wise, these beers are the exact opposites of each other. Mm-hmm. The Noir de Dottignies by the Ranke is more complex than many stouts we get nowadays.
Yeah.
And those stouts are not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're just, they have like 5 layers. Mm-hmm. This one has 10 layers. And all of them are slightly different.
Yeah.
Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah. I would say, for me, the downside of this is the initial flavor is very nondescript.
Yeah.
Like when you drink it, you're like, this is a nothing beer. And then, like, you swallow it, and then it aerates over your tongue. You're just like, whoo, where are all these flavors coming from? I did not get any of this before. But there's like slightly smoky roasted notes. There's a licoricey notes. There's a bit of a coffee caramel kind of chocolate notes in there.
The coffee caramel chocolate, I think, is spot on for the style.
Yeah.
The smoky ones are not style typic, but very fun in this one. Mm-hmm. Avid listeners know that I love licorice in beer, but I don't think I like it in Belgian beers. I think it's an off flavor in this one, but I would love this licorice flavor in other styles.
I actually think this is a plus. I think this is an addition.
And you don't... What do you regularly think about licorice in beer?
I like it. So,
you do like it.
I used to think that I don't enjoy this. And then there's a difference between... Like the malt bill has a licorice notes to it and actual licorice in the beer itself. And I think if the malt bill and the roasting of that creates a licorice flavor, I think that's a natural addition to the beer. And I think it's quite a pleasant experience because it's not overpowering and it kind of gives it an extra layer of depth and distinction. Whereas when you add licorice to a beer, it's like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Licorice, I'm here. I'm announcing myself.
Notice me.
Yeah, it's like, licorice, bitch. So I think that I like both experiences in that way. And then sometimes disappointed when it says, oh, there's going to be licorice in this. And you get it and you're like, there's no licorice in this. This is lies. You're building a house of lies. I do not appreciate that, sir. But yeah, I quite enjoy it. And I think it's the evolution of beer drinking that has my palate has changed and adjusted to that over the years.
Yeah, but you like this, right?
I quite like this a lot.
I'm glad I brought it.
Me too. This is not one I would have probably bought on my own.
No,
if I'd seen it. So I'm super glad that this is one that I would have seen on the shelf and be like, oh, Martin hasn't tried this, or hasn't tried it in like 6 years, so I'll pick this up.
Yeah. This one would have been really difficult to pick in a blind tasting.
Mm-hmm. You would never guess this beer in a blind tasting.
I mean, I think I would have guessed the country, but I'm not certain. I am not certain.
In a blind testing, I would think almost Baltic Porter. But what throws you off is the sweetness from the Belgian yeast, which conflicts with everything you know about beer. And so to hit Baltic Porter and Belgian yeast levels, I mean, that's a real mindfuck.
Yeah.
In a blind taste test, I don't know that anyone would ever get this beer unless you just drank this and you were really, really deep into Belgian style beers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't include it in the game of beers because no one would ever be able to. There's nothing comparable to it.
No.
On the market. So maybe you would get it by sheer, like, nothing else tastes like this. That'd have to be this.
For me, the rating is somewhere between 3.75 and a 4, actually. But it's not a 4, but it's somewhere...
For me, I'm going to give it a strong 4. I really
nice.
Like everything about this beer. It's just really well made. It gives me all of the expressions of a Belgian ale, a Belgian beer that I like, with the addition of these dark roasted notes that I don't normally experience when I think of Belgian beers.
I'm glad. But the Ranke makes good beer.
Yeah. They're really, really a solid brewery, so it's not a surprise at all. All right, well, we'll wrap it up here. You can find us online at What's on Tap Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts, you can find us in the mix. So please like and subscribe to our channels. We would really appreciate that. So until next time,
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.